Hey everybody, AJ back. You can call me Mario Archibaldo. I'm coming back with another video today. Yesterday I uploaded a video about why I went homeless and how. If you want to go check that out, I'm gonna put that in the description below. Just in case you haven't seen it yet, you can go check out that video after you're done with this one. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're staying healthy, positive, and staying in a good mindset, staying in a good headspace as well. Same thing? I don't think so. But anyways, I'm making this video today. It's gonna be on a it's gonna be on a pretty serious subject. When it comes to people having control over you and people basically ruining your peace. So, in your life, you've probably dealt with people that have disturbed your peace, that have had complete control over you. Um, for me, in my experiences with people, I've definitely had a lot of friends and I've definitely had a lot of people in my life. I'm not going to say specifically who, that have had control over me at some points in my life. And, me being extremely naive back then, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the wisest man in the world, but, you know, me being super naive, I don't catch on to things. And not a lot of people are going to catch on to those kind of things of when you're being controlled, manipulated, or, just controlled in some sort of way, you know. And the main reason I wanted to make this video is because I actually reached out to somebody that I used to talk to back then. I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say where they are to protect their identity in this video. Earlier, actually, I got off the phone with them probably, I would say 10 minutes ago. And it really got me kind of in my feelings because I came in to check in with this person that I haven't talked to in years, and I wanted to see how they were doing. And of course, they didn't recognize me at first. And then I kind of brought up some things, and then we started talking from there. And I was talking with this person for a while, and you know, learning some things about her situation in a relationship and stuff. Um, it turned out to be pretty toxic relationship, and there seemed to be a lot of control on her partner's side of the relationship. There's a lot of relationship issues that she opened up to me about. And really, what I'm going to tell you in this video, this doesn't just have to apply to relationships. This can apply to friends, family, acquaintances, coworkers, bosses. And I'm gonna get kind of heated. And I'm just trying to keep it real. If you have somebody in your life that controls you, that manipulates you, that makes you feel like you have no say for yourself whatsoever, I gotta tell you right now, you need to cut those people out. Like I said, if that is family, if that is friends, if that is relationships, you need to cut it immediately. And you don't owe these people an explanation of why. Me me being homeless on the streets and me just dealing with a lot of shit in my past, I've grown to learn that, you are your own person. You don't need people to control you. You don't need to rely on other people for your happiness and for your security. That's what you're there for. A lot of days in society, we're made to feel that another person is our home, another person is our security, another person is our emotional support. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the case. And that we need to stop romanticizing that concept. The reason why we are here on Earth is because we have a purpose to be here. And, obviously in my past videos, I was pretty down about things, and I'll tell you that life is pointless and stuff. But remember what I always say, there's always a balance to everything. And this is kind of my other balance of that concept of that situation of life is pointless. When we're here, we have a purpose of something. We are here because we want some sort of happiness in our life, and we have some sort of goal that we want to accomplish before we pass away. And I understand that some people may not get that, and some people may feel like their life is pointless. And, I understand those people very well. But for you to feel like you need a significant other, you need a family member or a friend that you rely on all the time for, your emotional well-being, for security and stuff. No, you don't need that. And if a person is disturbing your peace, and if a person is ruining how you are as a person, if they're making you feel down all the time, you don't need them. And I'm going to give you some signs to look out for, basically, because I want people to be more wary of people that, will do them wrong or can do them wrong in the future. So I notice this in a lot of relationships, and I notice this in friendships as well. It's more in relationships, but when the relationship is one-sided. So if and this really goes into a topic of toxic relationships and all that. If your partner is if your partner is dominating you and dominating you as a person, for example, if they are not allowing you to talk to other people that are not your family, like let's say you have friends, let's say you have a person that you talk to, you don't need to deal with that. That to me is disturbing my peace. I don't need someone else to tell me that I can talk or can't talk to other people. And I notice this in a lot of toxic relationships. I see it very often, and I know it's out there. And a lot of that has to do with narcissistic relationships, unfortunately. I've been in a narcissistic relationship myself before, and it's something I've definitely learned after being in that kind of situation, of my significant other or my ex having control over me and making me emotionally dependent on her. You don't need that. You need your own security. You need your own peace. And if they're telling you, how things should run in a relationship that's one-sided, that's an immediate red flag. And the second thing is, that I want to bring up is, like, if your life is being affected by these people and everything like that, again, cut them out. You don't need them. And I think I just already made that point, but I'm going to make it again. Cut them out. You don't need them. And really, at the end of the day, you need your peace. You need your own security. You need your own healthy mindset and everything. And you don't need people to control that. Because for me, this is going to tie into like freedom and the concept of freedom for me. I want my own freedom. I want to make my own decisions. I want to be able to make decisions and feel a certain way and do things without the approval of others, because for me, that's only affecting me, and that's only affecting my purpose of being independent, of being myself. Is I can do that on my own, and I can do that. You feel me? Like, I don't need somebody else to do that. And the thing that I was really noticing in this relationship, um in my the person I was talking to in that relationship, is that she just wants to be happy, and she just wants somebody to be there for her, to support her, while also your partner does the same. If you and your partner cannot make compromises, if you guys can't come together, it's some sort of agreement. If you guys can't come together and be there for each other to make each other's happiness come true, there's no way the relationship is going to work. And unfortunately, with people being in narcissistic relationships, they are gaslighted, they are manipulated, and they are not allowed to be telling the other partner what to do and making decisions for them as well, or suggesting decisions. It's always one-sided. And it's really sad, and it made me just want to make this video, because I don't I don't see that as being free and being your own person. And it's really hard nowadays, because you can't find a lot of people that are genuine. You can't find a lot of people that are really going to be there for you, and that are going to have your best interests in for you, just as much as you have best interests for them. It has to be a fair played game. And I'm not saying that relationships are games, but I'm saying that it has to be fair in the end. You both have to come together, and you have to work together. It can't just be all this nonsense, you know. And like I said, this is gonna apply to friends too. This can apply to friends. If you have friends that you feel are controlling you, manipulating you, making you feel a certain way because of this and because of that, again, you don't need that. You need your peace, because nowadays we already have so many things that we are not in control of. And this high power that we have, I believe, like the government, and I believe like all these other entities that have so much power over us, they already have enough power over us as it is. We're forced to live by a certain way in society. And I feel like it all kind of ties back into each other, like the concept of power and freedom and stuff. Like I can see it in relationships, just like I can see it in regular life. The whole point I'm trying to make is, don't let somebody else ruin your peace and ruin your beautiful spirit. That spirit is there for you to grow as a person. That is there for you to achieve big things in life, and you don't need things like that to hold you back. I see it as really unhealthy. And for anybody that has been in, really bad relationships before, people that have been in toxic relationships, a very common thing is the control. And it's that very toxic, behavior, and it's that toxic bond you have with each other. Is like, oh, he's, what he's doing, like, he's not really, he doesn't treat me bad all the time, or he doesn't do this to me all the time. He just gets a little angry, and he says this to me, and I love him, I know he'll change. No, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that bullshit. No, somebody needs to be mature enough to be involved in somebody else's life. Someone needs to be mature and understand that a relationship isn't just about what you want and how you should act and everything like that. Again, it has to. You guys have to come together. You have to work as a team. Otherwise, there is no team, and you shouldn't be with that person. So, really, just what it all comes down to is, just, you need your peace. You need yourself to be healthy, because in my one of my videos, it's titled all you have is yourself. And in that video, I describe, basically, all you have is yourself. You have yourself at the end of the day. Nobody else is going to have you like that. No one else is going to be there for you. It's going to be you that you have to rely on at the end of the day to make sure that, your life is working, that your life is good, and that you are achieving things you want to achieve. And if you rely on somebody else, they take that power away from you, and you rely on somebody else to take that from you. You are not going to be strong on your own. You are going to be weak, and you're going to be damaged. And I hate seeing people like that. You need to focus on yourself, and you need to make sure what you actually want, and go for it. And if that is to be successful, and if that is to have a partner in the future, you want to make sure that, obviously, your values, your morals, and everything about you aligns with another person. You guys click and you connect and you come together. But if you're in these relationships, and if you're in these friendships, or even if it's parents, that, after a certain age, with your parents, let's get onto the topic of parents. If you see yourself like in a situation where you feel like your parents have control over you, you feel like they're blackmailing you, you feel like they're manipulating you into feeling and, thinking a certain way, cut that shit out too. And I know that nowadays it is extremely hard, to live on your own and to get away from that mess and to get away from that toxicity and that negativity that's being manifested into your life, because of, obviously, you got rent to worry about, you got all sorts of expenses. What if you got medical bills? What if you got this? What if you want to save for this? And if you don't have supportive parents like that, it's obviously very difficult. But if you have friends, that you can rely on, and if you have friends that you have trust in, and you can trust these people, they're not going to let you down, that they want you to be successful, but they are there to support you, I would suggest you be with your friends more. If your friend, has a place to stay, if your friend wants to share rent with you and stuff, take that chance to get away from that situation. And it doesn't just have to apply to parents. It can apply to any situation that you're in with another person. Like, really, like, you can't have that. You can't have that. There's already enough people out here that use and abuse people every single day, and that's all they know, is how to use and abuse people. And then once you get enough of that exposure of being used and abused, you can take it out on other people, and then that just starts the cycle back again. It's that cycle of abuse. It's a cycle of manipulation. It's that cycle of just toxicity, garbage, and just stuff that you don't need. You know what I mean? I don't want to ramble too much, but I do believe I got my point across. That, if you are in these relationships, I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope you can take something away from this video. I hope people, like I always try to preach all the time on my videos, just try to stay healthy, try to stay in a good mindset, always try to strive for your goals, always try to, focus on the positivity that you want in your life. And if you focus on more of that positivity, you focus more on those goals you want, they are going to manifest. They are going to come back, and they are going to reward you, instead of having these people control you and control how you feel, control your goals, control your person. It doesn't help you at all. So please, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, take this advice. If you have any critiques about this, if you have anything to add to it, let me know. Comment down in the comments below if you think that I'm right, or if you think there's something I'm missing, And I think what I did say in this video, I think I got the point across. And I mentioned examples, and I mentioned this. So definitely let me know if there's something you want to add. But that's going to be it for me. And I do want to add, though, that you know the person that I was talking to tonight, there's something about it that's just really sad. Like, the idea of never talking to, potentially that person ever again, it hurts me, because, I felt like, we had something there. I'm not saying that, I had feelings for her, but, being able to talk to someone you haven't talked to in years, you learn so much about each other over the years. You learn, so many things about each other, like what you learned, and, where you're going in life and stuff. And, like, when you're in that relationship where you feel like it's really toxic, and you feel like there is no way out, and ladies and gentlemen, I just want to stress this. If you are in a domestic violence situation, I want you to contact a domestic violence number. contact a domestic violence hotline, get a hold of a shelter in your local area, contact a family you can trust, friends you can trust, and get out of that situation, because the situation that person I was talking to tonight, I feel like they are in that situation. And with those type of people, they can get dangerous, they can get out of control. And the last thing I want for that person and for other people is to end up in a situation where they can't go back. And death and all that stuff can be involved in those kind of situations, and I don't want to see that for anybody. So definitely just take it in, and get yourself in a better situation, get yourself in a better mindset. Don't let others control you. Don't let others ruin your happiness and your peace. You should only be able to do that to yourself, but why would you? Don't. You want the best out of life. Work on those things, and don't let other people take it away from you. Don't let people take away your only self. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Alright guys, well that'll end it for the video there. Just thank you for tuning in and watching. If you watch the video all the way through, give it a like, subscribe. It is going to help me out. I am very passionate about this channel and stuff. Definitely, I want to keep going. I definitely think the topics I discuss about is more things that people need to hear about and need to take in more. All right, done rambling. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.